This is the SteelSeries Stratus Plus, which promises to be one of the best controllers for mobile cloud gamers. In fact, this controller has even been endorsed by GeForce Now for its performance. But how does it hold up with services like Google Stadia, Xbox Game Pass, or Amazon Luna? Let's talk about it.
Are you listening?
Hey, welcome back to the Nerf Report. Recently, the folks over at SteelSeries announced the brand new SteelSeries Stratus Plus, which offers things like a 90-hour rechargeable battery, ALPS analog thumbsticks, and magnetic sensor triggers. However, what intrigued me was upon announcing this controller, the team over at GeForce Now endorsed this as the official recommended controller for its cloud gaming service. So I thought, let's place an order for the controller and test it out ourselves. And seeing that we already know that it works perfectly fine with GeForce Now, how will the Stratus Plus hold up against other cloud gaming services like Google Stadia, Amazon Luna, or Xbox Game Pass? And I feel kind of weird admitting this, but the thing that attracted me to this controller at first was the included phone mount that essentially has like these two prongs that extend out of the mount itself and just slide into the slots available in the controller. Like I said, super embarrassing that a mount sold me on the controller, but when it comes to mobile cloud gaming, so often you have to buy those plastic claws that just break so easily. So it was cool to see a new take on this mount. Now I will point out that this mount says that it will fit virtually any phone, and while my Pixel 6 in an OtterBox definitely did fit, it did feel like I was pushing this clip to its max. So if you do have a phone that is larger than the Pixel 6 inside of an OtterBox, well, you might run into some issues with this. Now moving on to the overall controller itself, it's pretty nice. You know, it does feature your standard button layout, along with having a battery and a player indicator at the top of the controller. The triggers do have some curve to them that allow you to rest your fingers on them easily, and the weight of the controller is kind of in that sweet spot. Like, it's not too light that it feels super cheap, but it's also not too heavy where holding the controller becomes burdensome. Although I do have to say that SteelSeries definitely made some choices with the overall design, specifically with the hard edges and the angular feel to the controller. And while it's still comfortable enough to hold, there is definitely something noticeably different about this controller compared to other controllers. Plus, the concave look of the face of the controller kind of subconsciously makes me feel like I'm having to reach farther for the buttons, but there's no scientific proof to that. That just might be me being picky. Now, in order to get started with the Stratus Plus, all we have to do is hold the center home button down for 3 seconds, which will activate the controller's Bluetooth. From there, we simply have to connect our controller to the device and we're good to go. So the first test I wanted to try out was Google Stadia, which works really well. I was able to use this controller and play games like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and I never really noticed any disconnect or lag between the gameplay and the controller. In fact, in this footage, when I'm shooting a gun, you can see the responsiveness of this controller. And seeing that we were testing this out with Stadia, I also wanted to try the controller with bridge mode. So I used the Stadia app on my phone to create a virtual controller and then plugged my Stratus Plus into my phone, which allowed me to use the Stratus Plus controller on larger screens like a television, tablet, or even my laptop wirelessly. And moving on to Xbox Game Pass, because the Stratus Plus connects to my phone via Bluetooth, Xbox Game Pass works really well with this controller. The Stratus Plus can navigate all the Game Pass menus, and I was able to jump back into my playthrough with Jedi Fallen Order pretty easily, and it felt really good. Similar to Stadia, there weren't any issues with connectivity. In fact, here's a quick jump test that I filmed while making this, and again, really impressive turnout from SteelSeries here. And the final thing that I wanted to try out was Amazon's cloud gaming platform, Luna. And notably, this was the first platform that warned me about using the SteelSeries controller because it was not supported. And even though Amazon has this message, the Stratus Plus still worked well with Amazon Luna. So Amazon, if you're watching this, I want to change that message just a little bit. While using this controller, I played things like Amnesia Rebirth and Mortal Shell, and the controller just felt good. In fact, I would say that the Stratus Plus was just as good as the Luna wireless controller. And after running all of these tests, I think that the Stratus Plus is a great option for the mobile cloud gamer. And coming in at $59.99 with a controller mount included, this is a great option for anyone who plays Xbox Game Pass, Amazon Luna, Google Stadia, or even GeForce Now, and wants a controller that will work on multiple platforms. But enough from me. What are your thoughts about the Stratus Plus? Have you tried it out yourself? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hey, thanks again for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content just like it, which who wouldn't, hit the subscribe button right there. And while you're down there, hit the like button. Maybe even consider becoming a Nerf Report best friend, just like the people listed down below did. In fact, don't you want to see your name there? I know I do.